Being assigned bad projects as a software engineer really sucks. When I've been working on bad projects, I can barely get out of bed in the morning. I question whether I'm at the right job, and I'm just not motivated to work hard. Compared to when I'm working on great projects, I have to tear myself away from work at the end of the day. I am building skills that are going to help me throughout the rest of my career, and I'm just feel so much more energy wanting to tell all of my friends and family about this project, even though they don't care. And so when I look at the difference between when I'm working on a good project and a bad project, it really surprises me that more software engineers don't have a clear process for getting better projects. So I wanted to share my process for getting better projects that I've used at Google, Amazon, and small startups, and that you can apply to your own career as well. It has 4 steps. Let's get into it. The first step to getting better projects as a software engineer is being able to divide the good projects from the bad. If you can't divide the good projects from the bad, how are you going to know which projects to pursue? This is a very personal decision because it stems directly from your career goals. So for me, my career goals are to gain new skills that will be valuable later in my career and to advance in my career and get promotions and increased compensation. So as a result, I divide projects based on difficulty and impact. And I'm looking for projects that are high difficulty and will teach me new skills and high impact so they can provide a high benefit to the organization, which should result in me progressing. But for you, if your goals are to spend more time with your family or your goals are to be a CTO, you might need to divide your projects differently. But just know the first step is deciding how you're going to divide them so you know which ones to pursue. The second step to getting better projects as a software engineer is finding projects that you can work on. And you might find them in your backlog. You might find them through listening to your coworkers or your manager. It's really just about being receptive to hearing those things. And one thing that surprised me a little bit is once I had a way to evaluate projects, I realized there were projects just sitting around no one else wanted to work on that were perfect for me. So I never wanted to join the on-call rotation at Google until I decided how I wanted to evaluate projects. And then I realized that being in the on-call rotation is hard and high impact. And so it was a perfect project for me. So be aware of the projects that are available and apply your way of separating the good ones from the bad ones. The third step to getting assigned good projects is to be aware of how projects are being assigned. And this varies from organization to organization, but every time someone is being assigned a project, you should think to yourself, why is that person being assigned that project? Why am I being assigned this project? Is it because of my project management skills, because I'm really organized? Is it because I did a great job on my last project? Or is it because I'm just not working on anything else and I'm available? Ask yourself which one is happening and you'll notice trends over time that will help you in the fourth step. The fourth step to being assigned great projects is to put it all together. You have all the information needed to position yourself to be the obvious choice to assign the project you want. You know which project you want. You know how projects are assigned. Put yourself in a position where you will be assigned that project. This could mean finishing your current project in time to be available for the project that you want. This could mean being super organized on a project that doesn't require it to show you're ready for a bigger project, or just doing a really good job at executing at a high level so people will trust you with bigger projects. Projects are also sometimes assigned on things you can't necessarily control, like seniority or your job title, and that's just how it goes. The important thing is trying to get assigned the project that you want, and over time you will get better at that process. As a quick example, I was working at Google and we had a big project coming up that everyone knew about to migrate from a batch data processing system to a streaming data processing system. And I decided to give a presentation on how streaming data processing works and the different technologies available, and explain it to everyone. And it provided value to the team, but importantly, it also showed that I was interested in the topic and that I could develop expertise on the topic. And I ended up getting assigned to that project partly as a result of that. So definitely try and position yourself to be assigned the project that you want based on the information you've gathered from the last 3 steps. And that's my 4-step process for getting better projects as a software engineer. I've used the process throughout my career, and I can safely say that if you follow those 4 steps, you will get better projects. If you've made it this far, you might want to check out my Better Projects workbook, which is a PDF version of this video that walks you through the process, but it also has inputs for you to save your answers to the various prompts. That's all for today. Get better projects.